You know that feeling, right? Trying to get your head around cryptocurrency can honestly feel like wading through mud sometimes. Just so much information out there. Cutting through all that noise to find what actually matters, those, key insights, it's tough. But hey, that's why we're doing this deep dive. We want to give you a shortcut, basically, to understanding BingX. It's a big global crypto exchange. We'll focus on their app, especially for Bitcoin trading. So we're going to unpack what BingX is really about, how the app works, the whole user experience. We'll pull out the most important stuff, maybe some surprising facts too, just so you feel well-informed fast. So what are we covering? Well, the company itself, its growth, its sort of philosophy. Then the app features basic trading, yeah, but also the more advanced stuff, automation, security, obviously, and then how it works specifically for Bitcoin fans. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, and what's really quite striking about BingX is just how fast they've grown. They only started in 2018, but now they're talking over 20 million users, over 100 countries. That's pretty rapid scaling. Plus, they have actual branch offices in places like Canada, the EU, Australia. They seem pretty committed to, playing by the rules, local regulations.
Right. It's not just about sheer size, though, is it? They talk a lot about being user-centric, focusing on security, transparency, innovation, that kind of thing. But the thing that really jumped out at me, and might surprise some listeners, is that Chelsea Football Club partnership from 2024, being their official crypto exchange partner, that feels significant, like a deliberate push into the mainstream. What's your take on that?
Oh, absolutely. Aligning with a global brand like Chelsea. That's not just about getting eyeballs. It's about building trust, legitimacy. It suggests they're trying to reach beyond the, crypto native crowd, make it more accessible. That's a big strategic play. And then looking ahead, they've got this AI evolution strategy. They're actually working on AI trading assistants, intelligent strategy tools. Shows they're thinking long-term beyond just the current features.
Okay, so that paints a picture of the company, but for most people listening, the real test is the app, right? The BingX Trade BTC app. It's on iOS, Android, and looking at reviews, people generally seem to find it, well, pretty intuitive, efficient, lots of features, apparently good for newbies and pros alike.
That seems to be the consensus. And when you look at the core trading, it's solid. Spot trading, for example. You can trade, over 700 cryptos? Including Bitcoin, obviously, real-time prices. And the fees are pretty standard, competitive, a flat 0.1% for makers and takers, nice and clear.
Okay, 0.1% flat fee, that's straightforward. But beyond just hitting buy or sell, what about control? What tools do traders get for more precise execution? Because that's often where the edge lies, right?
Exactly. And they do offer quite a range of order types, not just your basic market and limit orders, which everyone knows. They have stop limit orders, super important for managing risks, setting those safety nets, and even conditional orders. These can be triggered by price, sure, but also volume or even time. That gives you a lot more sort of programmability for your trades. Pretty sophisticated stuff, actually.
Right, conditional orders, that sounds useful. And here's where it gets really interesting, I think. The derivative side. They got perpetual futures. So no expiry date. Leverage, long or short. And for Bitcoin, you mentioned this, up to 150x leverage. Wow.
Yeah, 150x on BTC perpetuals. It's high, definitely for experienced traders who understand the risks.
For sure. And they also have the standard futures contracts, fixed expiry dates. But if all that sounds a bit intimidating, they have this thing called futures kickoff, like a simplified version. You can start with just $10.
Exactly. It's clearly aimed at lowering the barrier for people interested in futures, but maybe a bit hesitant. Makes it more approachable.
Seems smart. And that idea of approachability links into another feature you mentioned is key for them, copy trading.
Oh yeah, copy trading is one of BingX's standout features, I'd say. It's not just a gimmick. It literally lets you mirror the trades of experienced traders automatically. And they give you loads of data on those traders to help you choose who to follow. Think about if you understand the market but don't have time to trade constantly, or maybe lack that deep dive expertise. It's a powerful way to participate. Real knowledge transfer happening there.
Okay, copy trading, definitely see the appeal there. And then for the tech savvy, the automation fans, they have grid trading bots. Tell us about those. How do they work?
Right, the bots. Spot Grid, Futures Grid, Spot Infinity Grid. These are fascinating because they show how algorithmic trading is filtering down to retail users. You basically set a price range for, say, Bitcoin. And the bot just automatically buys low and sells high within that range 24/7. The whole point is to try and capture profits from that natural market volatility systematically. It's a step beyond manual clicking for sure.
So trading, derivatives, copy trading, bots, seems quite comprehensive. But exchanges are becoming more than just trading venues now. What about like wealth management or other financial services on BingX?
That's a really important point. Exchanges are definitely broadening their scope. BingX has wealth management products, yeah. There's flexible term stuff, deposit, withdraw anytime, earn daily interest. Pretty standard. Then fixed term, usually offering higher returns if you lock up your funds for a set period. But the interesting one is SharkFine. It's a structured product, principal protected, where your return depends on predicting market movements within a range. Kind of bridges TradFi ideas with crypto yield potential.
Sharkfin, huh? Interesting name.
Yeah. And they also do P2P trading, peer-to-peer. Lets you buy and sell crypto directly with other users. Auto means lower fees compared to using the main exchange order book.
Okay, lots of options there. But let's face it, in crypto, security and costs are just critical, non-negotiable for most people. How
Yep.
does BingX stack up?
Absolutely paramount. You need trust. So BingX does the standard things well. Cold wallet storage for most assets, multi-factor authentication, 2FA. That's expected. But they also really push their proof of reserves. They claim 100% backing of user assets and get regular audits. In this industry, that transparency is a huge plus for building confidence, especially after, past exchange failures.
Right, proof of reserves is definitely something people look for now.
Yeah. And they add other layers like anti-phishing codes, IP allow listing, plus KYC know your customer for certain services like P2P, which helps with compliance and security too. Cost-wise, they seem competitive. We mentioned the spot fee. Futures fees are pretty standard, and USDT withdrawals can be quite low, like 0.3 USDT on some blockchains. They seem mindful of costs.
Good to hear.
Yeah.
So putting it all together, features, security, costs, what's the verdict on the user experience? Is the app actually pleasant to use day to day? Does it feel smooth?
Generally, yes. The feedback consistently mentions the clear design, that it's easy to navigate. It really does seem to work well for both beginners and more seasoned traders. And performance matters, right? In crypto, speed is crucial. Users report it's fast, responsive, reliable, doesn't seem to crash often, which is obviously vital.
Any particular tools or features that users seem to really appreciate?
Well, having trading view charts integrated directly is a big win for anyone doing technical analysis. People definitely seem to love the copy trading feature based
That's
on
right.
reviews and just simple things like getting those real-time notifications when your order's filled. Sounds basic, but it makes a difference to the experience.
Okay. We did see a few older comments about maybe minor differences between the app and the website interface, but that kind of thing usually gets sorted with updates. And obviously, regional restrictions are always a factor with global exchanges, different rules in different places. But what about learning? If someone's new or wants to improve, what support is there? Is there help available?
Yeah, they actually seem pretty strong on education. There's the BingX Academy, articles, tutorials, guides, a glossary. Quite comprehensive. Plus, they offer 247 customer support through live chat and email, which is reassuring. But honestly, probably the best thing for a learner is the demo account. Cannot stress that enough.
The demo account, right. Practice without risk.
Exactly. You can try out strategies, get familiar with the interface, understand how futures work maybe, all using virtual funds. It's a fantastic tool for anyone wanting to learn before they leap. Shows they care about educating users, not just getting them trading immediately.
Makes sense. So let's tie this back specifically to Bitcoin. If someone listening is primarily interested in BTC trading, what does the BingX app offer them? What's the Bitcoin ecosystem like there?
It's definitely a robust environment for Bitcoin. You can, well, obviously buy and sell BTC on the spot market or use P2P. You can trade Bitcoin perpetual futures with that high leverage we talked about, or the standard futures. You can copy trade specialists who focus specifically on Bitcoin. You can set up those grid trading bots to automate Bitcoin strategies based on volatility. And of course, you get real-time BTC price tickers, market data, charts, all integrated right into the app. It's a very complete toolkit if Bitcoin is your main focus.
Okay, great. So wrapping up this deep dive then, it sounds like BingX has really built itself into a very comprehensive platform, global reach since 2018, a huge range of products, spot derivatives, that copy trading, the bots, plus a strong focus on security and user experience. It definitely seems like a major player, especially if you're interested in Bitcoin trading specifically.
Yeah, I think this gives you a really clear picture of what they offer. It's a platform trying to cater to everyone, really, from someone just curious, maybe starting with the demo account or small spot trades, all the way to sophisticated traders using leverage, bots, and AI tools.
Right. Which leads to a final thought for you to chew on. When you look at BingX's mix, the AI tools they're developing, the automated bots, the social copy trading, how do you think platforms like this might fundamentally change who gets involved in crypto markets and maybe even the strategies they use? How might this evolve in the next few years? Something to think about.